Today on his Glassworks informative videos, we're going to be discussing the larger 14-inch Husqvarna Portasaw. Now we've taken a look at the smaller 10-inch MK101 before, so I wanted to see what this larger saw can do for you with a much larger blade on it. Now the Husqvarna Portasaw comes pretty much ready to go right out of the box. Unlike the MK101 where you have some things you need to put together, the Portasaw will come out of the box completely assembled with your motor, your drive belts, your blade assembly head, and your water tray all connected. Pretty much the only thing you have to worry about is your slide tray. It's easily removable, fits right onto the rails here, so nice and easy to slide with. Now the Portasaw is nice in the fact that you have an adjustable head on this as well that's very easy to use. If you take a look at this little handle back here, you can release it and you'll see the entire head is spring-loaded. Now the nice thing is the entire splash guard assembly also pivots with the blade assembly, so no matter what height you're at with your blade, your splash guard is going to stay here and be nice and keep you drier. You don't want to always be completely dry, but at least keep a lot of the spray away from you. It also has this nice rubber backing here that keeps most of the spray from going against your back wall, but you can very easily pass through it as well, so if you have much larger pieces, it's very easy to handle. Now the little handle here is just quite simple to lock. You just tighten it down and your assembly will stay exactly where you need it to be. Now blade application is very simple with the Portasaw. What we have here is one of our 14-inch result blades, which is a very nice blade. Just fitted up into the splash guard assembly, over the arbor hole, put on your stiffening washer, and your bolt. Very simple to apply and take off and change blades with this. Once you've hand tightened your bolt in there, you have your wrench here, which is very handy. Fits right over the bolt. Now unlike the MK101, there is no shaft lock on this, so you'll want to just lightly grab the bottom of your blade. You don't want to push one way or another because you don't want to warp your blade. You're just lightly holding the bottom of the blade and then slightly tightening the bolt. You don't have to go far. Hand tightening works really well, and then just a little twist with your wrench. Now the wrench fits right in there so you do not lose it. The next thing we want to do is make sure we've got our blade at the right depth. Well, this is a little high because I actually want to cut through a piece of glass. So I'm going to use this again, and I'm going to lower my blade head down until I've got it at the depth kind of where I want it. And that's pretty good, so I'm going to tighten this back up. So right now you see there's a little block of wood that actually comes pre-installed in your slide tray, which is really nice because you're not going to have your pieces falling into this, so it's a nice little blockade. The saw will make a little groove into this piece of wood, so it'll be just fine for it long term. Now one other thing your Portasaw will come with is a submersible pump. And you might not be able to see it, but it's in the back corner right here. It fits in the bottom side of your water tray here, and you can see I've filled the water tray with water. It will actually plug into your motor mount here, so the submersible pump will come on when your saw comes on. Now with your Portasaw, once your submersible pump is connected, you'll see your water line here that goes up to your saw. You'll also see this little thumb valve here. This controls your water flow, so you can open the valve all the way up for a significant amount of water flow, or you can close it off completely to stop any water flow from happening. So I'm going to turn on our Portasaw and you'll see how the thumb valve works with the water line. Now it's a fairly quiet saw, it's really not too bad. And you'll see some of the water starting to come up. Open up the valve, you'll see even more water start to come up from the submersible pump and onto our blade head here. And I can lower this down if it's a little too wet. It's really quite simple to control the water flow to my blade if I need more or less water to accomplish whatever I'm cutting. So you'll see on my slide tray, I have a nice rectangular piece of cast glass here. I'm actually going to want to cut this in two to have two smaller squares of this cast piece. So the 14-inch saw is a great choice for this because it's a fairly thick piece of cast glass here. Now this is a result diamond blade, which is a medium grip blade. It'll go through the glass at a fairly good pace, but it won't leave as much chipping and it won't destroy the glass nearly as much as a much larger, more aggressive slabbing blade would. So it's a good choice between cutting through material quickly but still maintaining a nice edge and a lot less chipping. So let's see how this works. I turn my saw on I've already got my valve on, so there's water coming through. Now this is a fairly thick piece, so I'm going to want a little bit more water coming through, and let's see how we do. Pretty quick and easy. That's a fairly thick piece of glass I've gone through. And you see I've got a really nice edge on this. A pretty good surface too. And the saw went through it without too much problem at all.